Sawadee Kap. Welcome to Break Time with Monte. Today's story, smart ID cards to give money to the poor. Government to put money into new smart ID cards of the poor. 18.5 million people, 26% of the population, to benefit from negative income tax. ID cards, taxes, and the poor. Smart ID cards are a key element of the government's plan to adopt a negative income tax, a financial subsidy for those at the low end of the pay scale for people with low incomes, the poor, says the Fiscal Policy Office, FPO. With smart ID cards, the government will know how much individuals make and provide a direct subsidy to those in need. Populist policy replacement. The negative income tax would replace costly populist policies that also give money to higher income earners. Populist policies also add to the government's long-term debt burden and pose a threat to the country's fiscal stability if there's no limitation on pork barrel government spending in the long term. One notable example of a government policy that threatened Thailand's long-term fiscal stability was Yingluck Shinawatra's government rice pledging scheme. The FPO estimates that a negative income tax would cost the government 56 billion baht per fiscal year, far below the 144 billion baht spent on populist policies in fiscal 2014. Nationwide e-payments plan. The Smart ID card is part of the government's plan to take e-payments nationwide, with the first two components, any ID and the expansion of electronic data capture to take effect in the first half of 2016. Initiatives include linkage of e-payments and the Revenue Department's taxation system to make tax collection more efficient, as well as subsidizing low-income earners directly through their ID cards and offering incentives for making e-payments. 26% of population would benefit. A recent FPO study found that 18.5 million people, 26% of the population, would benefit from a negative income tax, which would use the poverty line of 30,000 baht a year to determine who would receive financial support from the government. The scheme is expected to help 1.6 million people cross the poverty line. Under the scheme, the government would pay 20% of annual income to those earning 30,000 baht or less a year, meaning those who earn 30,000 baht would receive a 6,000 baht subsidy. For those making 30,001 to 80,000 baht a year, the scheme would transfer cash at a declining rate of 12%. For instance, a person who earns 40,000 baht a year would receive a subsidy of 4,800 baht. And now, today's vocabulary. Adopt, adopt, annual, annual, as well as, burden, burden, capture, capture, component, component, costly, costly, cross, cross, data, data, debt, debt, determine, determine, direct, direct, directly, directly, earn a living, earn a living, earnings, earnings, efficient, efficient, element, element, estimate, estimate, financial, financial, financial support, financial support, fiscal, fiscal, fiscal year, fiscal year. For instance, higher income earners, higher income earners, incentive, incentive, income, income, income tax, income tax, individual, individual, initiative, initiative, key, key, limitation, limitation, linkage, linkage, low-income earners, low-income earners, make, make, nationwide, nationwide, negative income tax, negative income tax, notable, notable, offer, offer, pay scale, pay scale, policy, policy, population, population, populist, populist, pose a threat, pose a threat, poverty, poverty, poverty line, poverty line, rate, rate, replace, replace, replacement, replacement, revenue department, revenue department, rice pledging scheme, rice pledging scheme, 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 stability, stability, subsidize, subsidize, subsidy, subsidy, take effect, take effect, tax collection, tax collection, taxation, taxation, threaten, threaten, transfer, transfer. That's today's story and vocabulary. You have a great day. I'll see you next time here on Break Time with Monte.